What happened to the project to create an early disaster warning system in the country? What happened to the staggering €29 million loan that came into the country for the enactment of this project?
Sri Lanka, a country of stunning natural beauty, is also one of the most disaster-prone nations in South Asia, vulnerable to floods, landslides and cyclones. According to the Disaster Management Center of Sri Lanka, over 1,000 lives are lost each year due to the natural disasters and countless more are affected. For decades, governments have developed policies and actions plans to respond to these emergencies. But there's still a missing piece: a reliable, fast, and connected early warning and disaster response system. Currently, Sri Lanka relies on a partially manual disaster management system, a mix of government reports, SMS news alerts, and local administrative coordination. While these tools have helped in some cases, the reality is clear. The current system is fragmented, slow, and not built for real-time crisis response. And lives are lost not just because of the disaster itself, but because the response from local authorities come too late due to the lack of unified platform to share reports, approve aid, and mobilize volunteers efficiently. It's time for a change. It's time for a smarter disaster management. Introducing the Integrated Digital Platform for Disaster Management, a unified, web-based system designed for the government and local authorities of Sri Lanka. It seamlessly connects citizens, Gramandari officers, volunteers, and disaster management center officials for faster, smarter, and more coordinated disaster response.
Once the public user views the main dashboard, it will give an introduction to the platform, its key features, and some useful statistics to understand the current disaster landscape. And to view the dashboard, public users don't need any login, and users just need to have an internet connection to view the web application. One of the core features of the system is the ability to submit symptom reports. These reports are first sent for approval by the relevant Gramaniladari and then the DMC officer. Once approved, DMC will create a disaster alert based on the report, and it will be displayed on the platform for public awareness. You will also see a section for ongoing alerts. This provides details about the current disaster situation, including a full description that highlights affected areas. Users can also request aid through the system. These aid requests follow a similar approval flow, first by the GN officer, then by the DMC, and once approved, they will appear on the main dashboard where user can check whether they will be getting an aid or not. If someone wants to help, they can also sign up as volunteer. During disaster situations, Gramaniladari will be able to see the list of available volunteers in their areas and coordinate their support effectively. The platform is built with a React frontend and a secure .NET backend, utilizing a MySQL database to manage data efficiently. It offers a public view for community members, allowing open access to general information.
Gramanidaris must log in using their official government ID to access the system. Once logged in, they can review reports submitted by public users regarding disaster-related incidents. Then they can either approve or reject these reports, after which the report will be forwarded to the Disaster Management Center for the final approval. If a Gramanidari receives a disaster report through alternative channels such as phone or WhatsApp, they may manually submit the report to the system after thoroughly verifying its validity. These manual submissions will also be sent to the DMC for the final approval. If the disaster situation is resolved, the Gramanidari has the authority to mark the report as resolved, which will remove the disaster alert from the home page for all the users. Additionally, they can submit aid requests based on the situation, which will again require approval from the DMC. There is an option for the Gramaldaris to view the list of currently active volunteers available in their area. The Disaster Management Center can view all ongoing disaster alerts across different regions. They also have the ability to create new alerts based on the disaster reports they receive from GN officers. DMC is responsible for providing final approval for both disaster reports and aid requests submitted by GNs. In addition, just like the GN Weave, DMC officers can also access the list of available volunteers to coordinate response effort more effectively. In the volunteer weave, once volunteers logged in, they can weave a record of their past contribution to disaster response efforts. They also have access to a form where they can submit details of a new volunteering activity or contribution they have done.
Security is a top priority in the system. User passwords are securely hashed, OTP verification is required for login, and all user inputs are thoroughly validated. Additionally, audit trails track all user activities and all communications are encrypted in HTTPS. The platform is fully compliant with Sri Lanka's Data Protection Act, making it not only reliable and user-friendly, but also highly secure and trustworthy.
Protect more lives faster. The system ensures real-time alerts and rapid coordination, helping save lives by reducing delays in disaster response. Centralized command, smarter decisions. It offers a single platform to track reports, approve aid, mobilize volunteers and make informed decisions using real-time data. Better use of resources. With integrated analytics and location-based mapping, the government can prioritize and allocate aids efficiently, avoiding waste and overlap. Boost public trust and accountability. Transparent workflows, digital records, and faster responses improve citizens' confidence in local authorities and government disaster response mechanisms. Strengthen national resilience. Investing in the system is an investment in long-term preparedness. It empowers every stakeholder, from the central government to Gramaldaris divisions, to act swiftly and cohesively. Cost-efficient in the long run. While initial setup may be high, the reduction in losses, faster recovery, and operational efficiency make it a financially sound decision. Aligned with digital government goals, the platform supports Sri Lanka's digital transformation agenda, paving the way for modern tech-driven governance. This platform is more than just software. It's a vision for a safer, stronger Sri Lanka, proudly developed by students of University of Sri Jawardhanapura. Together, let's turn preparedness into action.